in the middle of a piece, we had one of the residents at Arden House just go, yeah, like, and in the middle of it, and we were just like, whoa, I mean, this is just, people just get so into the music, and it's got nothing to do with your keyboard anymore. It's got nothing to do with the fact your pedal isn't there. It's just about the music, and it feels so good.
You all were in there with us. You were in it with us. Beethoven was in it with us. You were in it with us with your cello and your expressions and your story and your struggles. I mean, the people that I spoke to again and again were talking about they were hurting, and you know, about you all, that they were hurting and we're hurting, and wait a second, there's an us there.
It was obvious from the moment you began to play your instruments that your purpose in this life was to bring something beautiful and magical to all those who have the privilege to listen in. I sat in a crowd made up of men whose society considers to be the least and lowly things of the earth, and was brought along on a journey of tragedy, self-discovery, and eventually triumph, as I rode the waves of each vibration produced by your hearts.
I think what's most unique about Project Music Heals Us is the overall emphasis on outreach. The opportunities that Molly has given us to bring music to some of the more forgotten corners of society. I mean, we've played in hospices, hospitals, nursing homes, prisons. It's the whole reason we're coming together to make music. For us to have the opportunity to perform in some of these incredible places that we never would normally have the opportunity to do is what's most inspiring and most enticing for us to come play.
You know, you really click when you play with the right musician, and she always seems to find the ones who are really easy to work with, who are extremely professional, who play at an extremely high level, but then can sort of just let their hair down and have fun.
I wish that you could capture our response whenever we speak of our experience with your group, but in a nutshell, it would be smiles, wonder, and a newfound excitement. We literally cried with you and your facial expressions and intensity of the depth of emotion you portrayed. They were so moving for all of us. You just had to be there to explain the amazing reactions we will hold dear to our hearts.
Looked at the faces of the people listening to the Project Music Heals Us programs, and you can see they thought they would have a nice evening, but they had no idea what it was going to be like until they were sitting in the seats and just enjoying the beautiful sounds that were coming to them by these young people.
I know in spiritual counseling even, one of the men told the spiritual counselors in tears, I've never heard something like that. I've never felt something like that. And in pain and in joy, what that's creating for him, or what it was creating for him around the time of the concert.
When Molly started Project Music Heals Us, it was with the goal of spreading joy to people in places who too often don't experience nearly enough. But as musicians, I think we've been surprised that we feel that we're getting as much or more out of playing these concerts as our audiences are. And that's because every concert, every real connection we feel like we're making with a fellow human being, it reminds us of why we wanted to get into music in the first place.
And the custody staff told me that, you know, the women and men are talking about it non-stop, particularly the women were breaking down every single part. And this is the part I liked. What do you think about this part? This is what came out for me. And da-da-da-da-da. And so it just really, talk about reverberation.
All of a sudden, somebody is reaching them with the good part of life. They are humans, and they are being reached with a human language that reaches them, reaches into their hearts, and reaches part of them they didn't even know existed.
Thank you for reminding me that even behind razor wire and locked inside walls made of concrete, I can still find strength, beauty, and hope for a better tomorrow.
There's no doubt in my mind. I've seen it with my own eyes. Music can heal.